Hi Joel. Answer to your DAX questions. I should have done this right from the start instead of writing all that stuff on the Twitter feed. So I'll do the short trade. I was on my way out with the dog as well, so I'm going to rush this through. But the H4 candle was green, yes. It had closed. I mentioned the fact before it closed that you should watch, or we should watch, for possible large candles. Close of a large candle upwards potentially means a reversal. 6 a.m. UK time. It could go both ways. It's the grinding time, but my thought processes were at this point that we'd had on the hourly chart here, we'd had the candle turn red. Quite often what I do when I take a trade, have a successful trade, I might make myself a coffee or something, and I'm not even thinking of any further trades. I don't get up in the morning and think, right, bam, 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 I'm going to knock out all these trades. I just wait. I do what I preach, as it were, wait for the trades to come to me. So if I see a reversal starting, I'll have had my lines on the charts for the reversals, like the 15-minute, like I show in all my videos about potential reversals. Holy cow, that's a big candle there, isn't it? You know, I'm here all day and I don't even sort of notice these things because I'm so focusing on the minutiae, and then when I go out, it all starts all over again. Anyway, I digress. Mind you, that is exciting. I'll have to look at that in a little while. Anyway, back to this trade. So I've got my hourly line on there. I've got my 30-minute line on the 30-minute charts. I'm looking for a red. Always trading. When you're looking for a reversal, you want the highest time frame red you can possibly get that will give you a safe entry. And I generally like to rely on the 30-minute for a reversal on a 4-hour chart. So looking at the 30-minute, here's my 30-minute reversal level. You can see low, high, high, low, higher, high, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. So that had turned green there. As I mentioned in one of my tweets earlier, again and just now, I'll be having a coffee, I'll be doing whatever. I'll come back to the charts. If something's happened, especially as at this stage I've got 3 winning trades under my belt. That's three or four times the amount of cash or pips that I require for a day's work. So by this time I'm really quite relaxed. I'm looking at this thinking, yes, it's doing what it should do. This is I've seen this 1,000 times now in all the time I've been doing this, more than that, probably 5,000 times. So the point I'm trying to make is that you're asking me whether I enter on the 1 minute. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You must. You've got to learn how that 1 minute candle works. You're not qualified to jump in on trades at this stage, guys, and I don't mean that in a condescending way. Anyone new to this method needs to draw your levels and watch how price reacts to them and learn it, and then only then start to cut corners. So 15-minute chart now. We've got this engulfing reversal on the 15. We've got our 30-minute. Had I been here earlier, I would have probably got an entry somewhere a lot earlier, but I wasn't concentrating. I was probably posting on Twitter, actually, if the truth be known. So I know that's vague and I know that's not particularly professional. As you can see, this one did have a little bit of drawdown, but as I say, we'll have a look at M5 because we'll see whether we've got a proper entry on M5. In fact, yeah, the entry looks like it should have been a lot earlier. This is an engulfing reversal candle there. This was the correct entry. And then you could have used the M1. Sorry, I'm about 2 miles away from a railway line and there's a level crossing and they have to toot when they go across this level crossing right up until about 11 o'clock at night. So that's what that noise was. So yeah, getting back to this, and now we've got a swing trend in place as well. High, low, lower high, lower low. This was a no-brainer trade to go further down. It was a really strong trend. See that? High to low, low to high. Once it breaks this low, that's a trend. So the new trend is in place about there. Little pullback, and there's your M5 entry. So I got in late because I was twittering probably, and as you can see, if I'd got in at the correct level, which was the low here, then the drawdown would have been far less than it actually was. Drawdown about 13 pips as opposed to 22 that's on here. But with the DAX, 3 or 4 things I'm going to say. It is a monster, so I wouldn't consider trading it until I've got real good experience on this. The stops have to be doubled, so if you're considering a 25 pip stop, double it to about 40 or 50. That's the safe emergency stop, as it were. The stop is behind swing 2, swing 1, 2, 3, enter. That's where the stop should have been on this one. I always, when I'm in a trade, I'm always watching it anyway. So what can I say? You know, it's a textbook trade again, except I got in late, and I got in late because I was either twittering or making a coffee or something. But I've seen 10,000 of these setups, and sometimes, Joel, I don't use the M1, but you guys must use the M1. Same for this up move over here. Bear with, I've got someone just arrived. I will have to pause this. Right, I'm back. So yeah, the first DAX trade was 639. So the first long DAX trade was based on this 5 minute, and no, again, as I explained on the Twitter tweet, if you wait for M1 to pull back on a DAX that's so powerful, you are likely to miss it. So that's that one. And then, as I say, when I looked at M15, I could see then that had busted and broken above that one there, if I remember correctly. The original M15 bust and break was probably this one here, but yeah, I didn't make that clear in the tweet or the Twitter feed either. That, oops, sorry about that. That one there, 36.18, and that close there was clearly well above that. So another powerful move, break and bust. I've never mentioned about this scenario where you've got that one there for the first entry and this one over the further one. It's not really a part of the strategy, but you know, when you see that break and bust above, or break and close above something significant over there, with even more momentum, as it were. So that 15-minute close, and in fact the way this had closed as well, gave me the second trade, and again, not waiting for the M1. So I hope that makes sense. As you can see clearly, the momentum to the long side was massive. I'm just a scalper. I just want to get, and I think I've got other levels over here, daily levels and whatnot. But to answer your question, no. On this beast, it's not always the best idea to wait for pullbacks. I've missed so many trades that I do not want to be in that situation. Just, I'm a scalper, you know, can't help the way I am. And but I'm trying to teach you step by step the methods I came to get to this point. I mean, we can go down and look at M5 as well, because I always do, and there would have been some sort of break above a level here, a close. I think it was this situation. In this instance, the breakout of, hang on, why won't that? That's it. That candle there. As you can see, price had broken out when I entered, and there was probably something on the M1 as well, because I am watching the M1. I don't just enter willy-nilly. I'm always watching the M1, but I won't be able to explain proper pullbacks and stuff like that. It would have been an M1 close, or even this M1 confirmation here, combined with a power move on the actual RSI, just a turn of green or something like that there, combined with the high low lower high lower low, low high high low high high and close. Because remember, it isn't a breakout we're looking at. This is the important bit, the reversal at the bottom of the trend. The trend reversal is what we're looking at, because that's that is the move. You know, we're not talking about breakouts and this, that and the other. We're talking about trend reversals. This thing here, low, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, low, high, high, low, high, high and close, combined with massive momentum above the 20 level I'm talking about. And in this instance over here, another big breakout there, close with a breakout, momentum above the 20 and through all the other stuff. These are the moves we're looking at for all the time. So I'm sorry this has been drawn out and detailed, but you know, you've just got to watch these reversals on every time frame. But to write this stuff down is impossible, which is why I draw the videos. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope this has been helpful, Joel. I'm off out with the dog now.